overwhelmed by AI. Here we're supposed to have this incredible technology that saves time, yet the only thing it was doing for me was creating anxiety that I wasn't using it. I was spending so much time on the research itself. A lot has advanced in the last 12 months, and what I have been able to now put together are 5 different engines that will help grow your fitness business. Quite often, difficult situations in business can just hijack us. They take our thinking, our concentration, they keep us awake at night. Every gym and studio owner should know these 5 engines, utilize AI in this way because it's very easy to do so, and you're gonna have more time to focus on the core things in your business that truly do matter. The first is engine, then we'll dive into the sales engine, then do engine, team engine, and the engine. Welcome to another episode of Profit Made Simple, and today's topic is one which we just can't stop hearing about, and that is AI. And I'm going to start it with a confession. I was completely and utterly overwhelmed by AI. My algorithm is just full of reels of all the different agents and OpenClaw and all the different AI platforms. And I was finding it very hard to discern what was useful and what was not. Here we're supposed to have this incredible technology that saves time, yet the only thing it was doing for me was creating anxiety that I wasn't using it, overwhelmed because I didn't know where to start, and it was taking up a lot of time because I was spending so much time on the research itself. Now, last year, we actually did an episode on AI and in particular, ChatGPT. Still super relevant in 2026. I encourage you to go and listen or watch that episode. However, a lot has advanced in the last 12 months. And what I have been able to now put together are 5 different engines that will help grow your fitness business. Every gym and studio owner should know these 5 engines, utilize AI in this way because it's very easy to do so. And what it is going to do is it's going to give you great clarity. It's going to create so much more efficiency. It's going to create greater insight, and you're going to have more time to focus on the core things in your business that truly do matter. So this is a highly practical episode. I've also got a prompts document that goes with this episode as well. So just reach out to Coach Dan Henderson and ask me for that prompts document and I'll send it across, or you can reach out on Facebook Messenger as well. It will really help you extract more value from this episode. The 5 engines where AI can help you today. The first is the marketing engine, then we'll dive into the sales engine, we'll then do the decision engine, the team engine, and the systems engine. This is highly practical. Now, full disclosure, I'm not an AI guru or expert, but rather my whole career has been about finding ways in how we can become more efficient. How can I become more productive? How can I turn my input of energy and time into more outputs? And this is what this episode is about. They're arguing over what platforms to use. And I actually think about it from a different perspective. And I think about it from, what do I want it to do for me? So I am somewhat platform agnostic, but I will say this. In the last 12 months, we've seen ChatGPT go from the foremost AI platform that most people are using to it now being primarily Claude. Claude does have more functionality. It's got Claude Cowork, it's got Claude Code, it's got an ability to plug in with your Chrome, and it also sounds a lot more human. In saying that, ChatGPT is incredible for image creation and thinking really fast. So I like using both tools. If you're using Gemini or Pilot or Perplexity. They're fantastic as well. And everything I share with you today is platform independent. So let's dive into it. How can AI help us out with our marketing? Well, I'm going to discuss 4 key areas for you. The first one is content creation. And I'll start by saying this. Content is far worse than it's ever been thanks to AI. One of 2 things is happening. When it comes to written content, most people are just using a few simple basic prompts. It's spitting out a block of text and you can tell it's ChatGPT or another platform from a mile away. It's got too many adjectives. It's got M dashes in there. It's overloaded with emojis. It's got 1 and 2 word sentences. It groups sentences together and it's just slop. It is generic crap. So how do you make your content quality and utilize AI to help you do so? Well, you create what I call a content wizard. So this would be a custom GPT on ChatGPT. It would be a project on Claude. And this is where you feed it appropriate context. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to teach it on your brand voice. You're going to load into that training document lots of different articles, posts, video transcripts. So it understands your language, your jargon. It understands what your principles are and your tone. The second thing that you're going to do is you're actually going to tell it what good content looks like and feed it frameworks that are doing particularly well. The third thing that you're going to do is give it some context around your business. Tell it your story, your values, your vision, your mission. Now, we're not done at this point. We then need to follow what I call the 10-80-10 rule. And that is the first 10% of content creation should be your ideation. It should be your vision. It should be your brainstorming. And what I love to do in particular is I just love to use the voice function. So I will just riff into that voice function around an idea or a concept. I'll give it some examples, some metaphors. Then the 80% is my content wizard creating the content for me. I'll ask for it in a certain format. It might be a video script. It might be a blog post. The last 10% is where I add my personality. I want to make sure that I'm feeding it my stories, my quirks, my strengths, my weaknesses to make it sound like me because people buy people. So that's how you work with AI to create quality content. Now you can create far more content, quality content, in far less time. So there should be no excuses around emailing your database at least once or twice a week. No excuses around creating at least 4 pieces of content for your socials each and every week because it's never been easier to do so. This will enable you to stand out from 99% of other fitness business owners because you've gone to great lengths to go and build a content wizard. And you're not just churning out generic crap. The other way that we see a lot of AI being misused from a content creation perspective right now is people creating scripts for videos or reels, and then they'll use a teleprompter. And they're literally reading straight off it to make it seem like they're a whole lot more insightful and smarter than what they really are. Do not do this. Just be real. This is me speaking in front of a camera. I'm making several mistakes. I'll stumble on my words, but it's authentic and it's me. So that's how we use it for content creation. That's the first of 4 ways we can use AI right now to make our marketing more effective and also create a lot more of it. The second way is that we want to plug in our ads manager via an MCP into either, again, Claude or ChatGPT. What this is going to allow us to do, I don't even know what MCP stands for, all right? But what this enables us to do is on the platform, the AI platform, I can see everything I need to know to make really informed strategic decisions on my Instagram and Facebook ads. It will pull out all the data. It will let me know what are my winning campaigns, what creative is getting fatigue. It will have a whole bunch of strategic suggestions that sit behind that. And with a few clicks of the button, I can change things. I can change my images, change my copy, change my headlines. The user interface is 10 times better than Ads Manager. And so now I can get incredible, deep, amazing, insightful reports on a daily basis. And secondly, I can then act on those reports and make the changes. So that's the second way. First way, content creation. Second way, with our ads. If that's feeling a little too advanced, and I've got instructions in the prompt document on how to do that, that's feeling a little too much, then the third way is to upload your ad images or videos. It's to put in your headlines. It's to put in your copy. And then you're going to prompt it and you're going to say, I need you to act as a direct response marketer. I want you to review this Meta ads campaign. And I want you to give me the following. I want you to give me the strengths, the weaknesses. I want you to give me 5 stronger, more compelling hooks. I want 3 headline alternatives, and I want 3 offer variations. And I did this with a number of different types of media, and it was absolutely sensational. And the fourth and final way that I am using AI right now to make my marketing even more powerful, more effective, and you can too, is from an image creation perspective. The latest ChatGPT update in particular has been mind-blowing when it comes to the image creation. Before, the images looked fake. They had problems with them. You could see it a mile away that they were poor quality AI images. This is not the case anymore. Now they look realistic. It's got a great memory function, and you can create essentially any and every image that you need or want. You almost don't need Canva anymore or a graphic designer on your team. It has gotten that good. You can create lead magnet covers. You can create images for your ads. There is no limitation. So there we have the marketing engine. So damn exciting. We've got quality content, we've got better ads, and we've got amazing visuals using AI in 2026. Now we're generating lots more leads. Let's talk about how we can use it from a sales perspective. And there's lots of different ways we can do so. So there are quality AI chatbots that you can plug into your CRM. Go high level in particular. There's AI calling agents that you can also plug into your CRM. And these are amazing. But I'm not going to start there. They're a little bit more complex, a little bit more complicated. So let's just give you a couple of easier things that you can do to straight away improve your sales game. Because sales, it's one of the highest income skills you can possess. Sales is the lifeblood of your business. Our next episode is solely dedicated to sales because it is that important. So how do you get better at the skill of sales? Well, one is doing more of it, but B is getting feedback on what you are delivering. So we've created a sales review coach, and this thing is phenomenal. I've taught it our sales system that we teach all of our coaching clients. So it will review their sales call based on how well they performed next to our framework, following our 10 different stages. It will give each phase an individual score, and then it will give them an overall score as well. So again, if you'd like that sales review coach, it sits in our prompts document that I'm giving away with this episode. All you need to simply do is record either your phone consults or your face-to-face consults. And 2 very simple ways to do this. If you've got a phone consult, if you're using an iPhone, then you simply just press the little red button that sits in the left-hand corner. You have to ask permission, of course. This will record your conversation. The conversation will then be in notes, and there will be 2 versions of that. There will be a written transcript, and there will also be an audio file. You can use both of these and get them reviewed. You simply upload this into your sales review coach. And if you don't want to use mine, you can just upload the transcript into your AI platform and you can ask it to review it and see where the opportunities were to be better. One of my clients, Josh Sharinga from Body Blitzer, he recorded every single consult that he did. He put it in our sales review coach as a result of him applying the feedback that the sales review coach would give him into his subsequent conversations, he was able to exponentially improve his close rate by over 20%. Can you imagine closing 20% more sales and how that translates into dollars and profitability for your business? Well, that's what he did, simply using this review coach, being consistent, and making sure that he was learning and applying the feedback in real time. So that's if you do phone consults. If you're doing face-to-face consults, very, very similar. You're just going to use the voice memo app on your phone. You're going to hit record. You obviously ask for permission. You put it down on the desk. And then when it finishes, you stop the recording. You take either the written or the audio transcript and you add it into your AI platform. Now, the AI is not amazing at this stage at reading the audio files, but it can pick up your tonality, whether you've got curiosity, whether you got ascensions at the end of your questions. It will pick up whether your energy is too high or too low. And again, it's really insightful and can help you improve further consults. So that's the first way on how we use AI to improve our sales game. Now, the second way that we use AI to improve this high income skill is to use it for role play. So on the mobile app, you've got a voice function where it will speak to you and you'll actually prompt it, and you'll prompt it to be a client and to actually practice. Now, one of the ways that I love to do it is to give it an avatar. So I'd say, I need you to act as a 45-year-old female prospect named Sarah, for example. Your goals are to lose 10 kilos, improve confidence, and to get stronger. Now, your challenges, you're a busy mum, you work full time, and you've failed multiple programs in the past. Now, your biggest concern is cost. I do not want you to agree with me immediately. Give me realistic objections and emotional responses. I often find that it's hard to generate momentum when you're making sales calls. You'll often have a lot of friction at the beginning. But using this role play function allows you to get that first awkward rep out of the way. And so when you jump on and do the real thing, you're feeling a lot more confident. It's absolutely incredible because it mimics a real person. It truly does. And it's going to enable you to just challenge any sticking points within the conversation that you might have and overcome objections that are going to be thrown at you. You're going to be like an objection Jedi because you've practiced it that many times already. Call agents, chatbots, they're absolutely amazing for booking consults. But when it comes to actually doing a full sale, nobody is better than a human. And nobody's going to be better than you as the owner. Sales is a transfer of energy. You've got the most energy for your business. But now, these tools make it so much easier to train your team. So they might not be as good as you, but they're going to get damn close because of these two tools. Now, this is so powerful that one of the biggest franchises in the industry has actually asked me to build their own AI sales review coach. They saw what I'd built and they can see the power in it and how that can translate into serious amounts of revenue, and they can see how that can translate into a lot more clients and significant growth. So now we're up to our third engine, and this is our SOP engine. Now, I don't know about you, but creating systems, SOPs, checklists, playbooks, it's not my favorite thing in business. In fact, I find it incredibly tedious. But now it's never been easier to do so thanks to AI. And it's so important that we build these because systems run the business and people run the systems. If you want true leverage, if you want freedom from your business, then it's going to have quality systems in place. So we can do Loom videos. We can do things in real time with the Chrome plugin with Claude. We can drop voice notes and we can then take that input and we can prompt the AI engine to build playbooks, SOPs, new team member training documents, checklists. And so we've got it all at our fingertips. I'm also going to train the AI agent on what a great SOP looks like, and I'm going to feed it a template so it then creates it in alignment with that. And now every single person on the bus, every single team member has a very structured SOP, checklist, and training manual. The fourth area that I find incredibly helpful when it comes to AI and helping my business right now is when it comes to decision making. And I like to use this on two different fronts. You see, AI is great at interpreting huge amounts of data. In fact, it's better than humans. So you should be tracking your metrics every single week without fail. You should have clear KPIs when it comes to sales, leads, cancels, average revenue spend. And if you're not, this is a great time to start. And just start small. All right. How many members do you have? What's your revenue per week? How many new members did you add? How many did you lose? How many leads did you generate? That's just an easy starting point. Now you're going to take all of your metrics and on a monthly basis, you're going to feed it into your AI platform and you're going to ask it to act as your business analyst. And here's a prompt that I love to give it. I want you to review my KPI data and I want you to identify the trends over time, the strengths in my business, the weaknesses, some concerning patterns that you're seeing emerge, opportunities for growth, the KPIs that are consistently above target, the KPIs that are consistently below target, and I want you to give me some team member observations. So if you've got team members allocated to certain KPIs, it will be able to do this. It's going to give you incredibly valuable insights into your business that you might not be able to see. And then you can make more informed and strategic decisions based on those insights. So that's the first way that I love to use it as a decision engine. The second way is to actually give it some of my financial reports. So not everyone is great at interpreting balance sheets and profit and loss statements. I know this is a skill we've worked on within our community in a big way. We always have our resident accountant come in and train our clients on how to interpret these results. But AI can assist you as well if you're not great with numbers and you haven't developed that skill yet. So what I'd implore you to do is to download those financial reports from your accounting software, whether it's QuickBooks or Xero or something else, and you're going to then load them again into your AI platform. And I'm going to prompt it to act as my CFO. You see, we want to give it an identity. I want you to act as my CFO. I want you to review my profit and loss. And I want you to identify profit leaks, unusual expenses, concerning trends, and opportunities to improve profitability. I then want you to provide an executive summary, biggest risks, quick wins, and recommended advice. And again, the insights that you have are going to help you make better decisions for your business. You should have this data already, and it's just making better use of the data that we are already tracking. So I love it from a decision engine perspective. Now, our fifth and final way that I encourage you to use AI right now is to help you become a better leader. You know, this podcast is largely about leadership. I talk about it all the time. Leadership is always the problem and always the solution. And AI can help us become a better leader. This is how we want to use it. You again want to create either a custom GPT or a project. And you want to upload everything about your business that is important so it understands the appropriate context. So this would be things like your vision, your values, your job descriptions, your accountability chart, any job descriptions that you have, any KPIs that you have, any of these key documents. You can then prompt it so it can help you have difficult conversations, because business owners are amazing at difficult conversations. They embrace them all the time. No, they do not. We loathe them. We quite often avoid them. We put our head in the sand and just hope they go away. And does that work? Absolutely not. It just manifests itself into bigger and larger problems. So now, with a couple of key prompts and that great context, it can equip us with the right things to say in that difficult conversation. So here's the prompt. I want you to use my uploaded vision, values, role descriptions, my accountability chart, KPIs, and expectations. And I want you to act as my leadership coach. Now, I need to have a difficult conversation with one of my team members. Then tell them all about that difficult conversation. Why do you need to have it? Who is it? What role do they have in the business itself? I need you to help me structure the conversation, maintain accountability, reinforce our values, avoid sounding confrontational, anticipate likely responses, and provide coaching questions. Give me a suggested script and next steps. I mean, how much more confident would you feel having this when you've got to have that next hard conversation? Another way that we can use it from a team engine perspective is when we might just have a little problem that we're struggling with in the business itself. So I'm going to give it the same vision, values, and other documents. I'm going to prompt it to again act as my leadership coach. I'm then going to tell them about the behavior or the situation. Maybe I've got this incredible coach, like all the clients love him. He's technically brilliant, but he just keeps rocking up late all the time. So I will tell the AI platform that. And I want you to then assess whether this situation aligns with our values, where our standards may be slipping, some concerns that I have, recommended actions, and conversation points. Provide the guidance through our business lens rather than generic leadership advice. Quite often, difficult situations in business can just hijack us. They take our thinking, our concentration, they keep us awake at night, and they prevent us from doing the things that need to be done in the business itself. Removes the initial inertia and helps you become prepared. I started this episode by saying how overwhelmed I'd become from AI. And it really was because there's a lot of fluff out there right now. You don't need to use OpenClaw. You don't need to have every AI tool on the planet. You do not need to worry that AI is going to steal your job tomorrow. These are just these big statements made by people just to grab attention. But what you do need to do is you need to learn it. You need to utilize it. Because your biggest risk is not that it's going to take your job. The bigger risk is that your competitors, the people around you, are going to start adopting and utilizing this and having a significant advantage. If you just use this for the 5 engines that I've shared with you today, our marketing engine, our sales engine, our systems engine, our decision engine, and our team engine, then you're going to save potentially up to 10 hours a week. You're going to have way better insights on your business. You're going to make better decisions for you and your team. And that's worth a significant amount in today's world. So my encouragement is this: grab that prompts document, deploy those 5 systems, embrace AI to help you become more efficient and to amplify you and your business and what you're capable of. And you'll see that it's a terrific vehicle to help you grow your business so you can have more income, more freedom, and more impact. At the end of this episode, you may be feeling like you need a little bit more clarity, a little bit more insight. And that's why in today's notes, I've put my personal 20-minute call link. Now, it's not a link to my sales team, but it's a link to speak to me personally. I'll have a look at your business and I'll tell you where the greatest opportunities lie to implement AI into your business so you can save more time. I appreciate you, your support, and watching and listening to today's episode. Thank you very much.